Hey everyone, it's Simone Watson, and today is September 6th, and I'm here to do an August reading wrap up and book haul. Now, originally, I was not planning to do a reading wrap up for August because everything I read in August I read for the reading quest. So I was planning to just wait until my reading quest wrap up to talk about all these books. Um, the thing is, there is a hurricane coming. I live in Southeast Florida. Hurricane Irma is coming, and I'm going to be away from home for a while. And there's just so much. Yeah, sorry. Right now, there's like a thunderstorm. There's so much that I don't know, and I don't know if I'll be home next Monday to do the wrap up for the reading quest. So that video might be up late. So I'm like, okay, why don't I just do a reading wrap up real quick for August and do a book haul because I obtained a lot of advanced reader copies in August. So let's talk about those. Um, so on the haul side, first I have three ARCs from Penguin First to read. Um, the first one is Hotel Scarface by Robin Farzad. This is, I think it's a nonfiction about the hotel that the movie Scarface is based on, and the like cocaine industry of the 1970s and 80s, and it takes place in Miami. So that sounds pretty interesting to me. Next, we have The Faraway Brothers by Lauren Markham. I think this is about two brothers who immigrate from El Salvador to the US. Um, and it has something to do with gangs or like gang violence or something. And this is this is gonna be, I think, really interesting and timely. And then we have A Force So Swift. Let me check the full title of this. Okay, A Force So Swift, Mao Truman, and the what is it? And the Birth of Modern China, 1949. That's a long title. But yes, that is the full title of that book. Um, Another nonfiction, just about how modern China came to be formed. So there's a little red outline on the cover of this book. So I could possibly count this for the reading quest for my book with red on the cover. Um, Plus, of course, red is important to like China and different things like that, and to Mao. So we'll see. We'll see. So, but so far, I don't really have plans to count any of these for the reading quest. Oh, and I have a fourth one. I said there were three arcs from first three. There are actually four. The fourth one is Crossings by John Kerstetter. This is about his life as a doctor in the military, I think. Um, and then from NetGalley, I have an arc of The Girl Who Wasn't Dead by Samantha Boyette. A review of that should be coming very soon. I was trying to get it done by next Tuesday because that's when the book comes out. Hopefully I can do that. Again, I am going to be out of town. I can't fully guarantee anything exactly, but I can definitely at least do a written review by that time and then maybe do a video review later. But yeah, The Girl Who Wasn't Dead. It's about a girl who, I guess, like, her friends plot to murder her and they think that she's dead. I think they throw her in a lake or something, which is really terrible. They think that she's dead, but then like months later, they get some messages that are like, "Hey, guess what? I'm not dead." Ooh, or whatever. And it's just like, it's really interesting so far. I have started it, but I haven't mentioned starting it because I started it before the reading quest, before the reading quest started. So I wasn't able to count it for that. So I just haven't really mentioned it in these videos at all. But it's very kind of, it's got that like Pretty Little Liars vibe. So I recommend checking it out if you like books like that. Next. Okay, I don't really know. I guess I will count this. This is only a sampler. It is not the full novel, but it's Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. Y'all, this is possibly my most anticipated book of 2018 so far. I mean, I'm saying so far because more books could be announced in 2018. But this is definitely one of my most anticipated books. And I was blessed enough to request and be granted a sample of this book. And I'm super, super excited. The book will be out March 6th, 2018. But yeah, that I get to read a sample of that is so, so cool. It is a fantasy, um an African inspired fantasy, like West African inspired fantasy about a girl whose mother, something like, it's sort of got a Black Lives Matter. It definitely is getting talked about in the Black Lives Matter conversation, that like this girl is of this group that's being oppressed in this nation, and her mother is dead because of that group. And then there's something to do with magic. I don't exactly know all of the details, but I love the cover. I love the description. The author is this really cool person. She has these like videos about how to do different things with writing, and she's really cool. And yeah, I'm just super super excited for that book. Um, then we have The Girl Who Never Read Noam Chomsky by Jana, I think, or Yana Casal. This is a it's an adult fiction. It may be women's fiction. I'm not fully certain of the classification. Um, this one, again, I could count for the reading quest because it has a verb in the title. I could count it as my book with a verb in the title, but the book doesn't come out until April 24th. So I feel like I should wait a little bit to read it. I don't know. Or to review it. I don't know. We'll see. But it's about a girl who talks to a guy, and then the guy, I guess, likes Noam Chomsky, so she's like, "Oh, I'll buy a Noam Chomsky book and I'll read Noam Chomsky." And then like the book like sits there on her shelf for years while she goes through life. And this, I feel like it sounds familiar because how many of us have bought a book at some point and then didn't read it for like a really really long time? And so I think, the book itself, I don't know how much of a factor that's really going to be in the story. I think maybe it's more just about like her changing over the years, like how she changes as a person over the years. But it's pretty interesting. And the reason why I requested it is sort of funny, is because I noticed the name Noam Chomsky. Even though this book doesn't have very much to do with him, I did notice Noam Chomsky, and I really like Noam Chomsky. We talked about him in my like high school AP psychology class, but then again when I was in college, because I was a communication disorders major, and I love the field of communication disorders. I love linguistics, and Noam Chomsky was a linguist who basically, he has a theory. There's like a Chomsky versus Skinner. Like in linguistics, there's Chomsky versus Skinner, or naturalist versus behaviorist debate, which is like that language, not a language as in English or Spanish or Chinese, but that language as a process in our mind. Um, According to Chomsky's theory, it is a natural process that no one teaches us. Whereas according to like the Skinner and the like behaviorist side of things, it is a behavior that like we learn to use language. And so there's just so many factors. I've like oversimplified it for the purposes of this video, but there's so many factors in that debate, and I think it's fascinating. And I've read a little. That's actually really weird. I bought a Noam Chomsky book at one point, and I still haven't finished it because I read a few pages of it, and I was like, wow, this is like very dense stuff. But yeah, there's my long story about Noam Chomsky, and the point is, that book sounds pretty interesting. Um, and finally, there is an arc that, it's a physical arc, and this is my first physical arc in a long time. I think it's the first physical arc I've had since 2014, so this is exciting. It's People Like Us by Dana Meal. Um, and the book is coming out February. February? I forgot what day. I think it's in February. I will post that. No, I'll just tell you guys when I get the book. I'll tell you what day it's coming out, because it's still in the mail, and I may not get it until I come back. So that's just how that is. But I'm really excited about that. I won that book in a riddle contest that Dana Meal held for like to see who would, who could get an arc of the book. So that's really exciting. So yeah, there we go. That is my haul of my arcs for August. And I definitely need to get to reading some of those. All of them except for People Like Us are digital arcs. So yeah, I'm gonna need to get to reading pretty soon. And oh yes, and I was supposed to kind of wrap up my month of August in reading. So in August I had a very good month of reading. I finished, I think, 5 books. Yeah, so it was We Own the Night by Ashley Poston, which I believe I'm settling on a 4-star rating for. The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini, which is 5 stars. Persepolis 2, sorry, Persepolis 2 by Marjane Satrapi. I think I gave that 4, but I was debating 3 or 4, but yeah, I think I'm definitely going with 4 for that. And The Boy in the Black Suit by Jason Reynolds, which I was debating 4 or 5. I think I'm just gonna give it 5. And Allegedly by Tiffany D. Jackson, which was a solid 5 stars. I've already talked about my thoughts on Allegedly. The Kite Runner, I cried, and yes, you should read it. And yes, it's a beautiful, amazing, heartbreaking book about a guy and just friendship and like just family and like stuff. I don't know, like youth, being young and like all the stuff you do when you're young, and then later on you're like, dang, like I shouldn't have done that. I don't know, just all kinds of things in this book. It's a really beautiful book. We Own the Night. I didn't really tell you guys much about my thoughts about We Own the Night. Basically, it's a 4-star book. It started off kind of like, I have no idea where we're going with this. I don't know it started off like okay, but then it got really good toward the end. My main thing with We Own the Night that's like kind of a problem is the main character pines after her best friend who is like a freaking jerk, and he's like just such a jerk, and like I feel like the amount of a jerk that he is not fully addressed. It's more addressed that like he doesn't like her back, which is like, okay, cool, he doesn't like her back, like I guess like she can get over that. But the fact of like him saying really jerky things about like how he like him trying to like kind of control how she lives her life and how he doesn't think that I don't know, it's just like really annoying. Like he just says some really stupid annoying things, and I feel like those things are not fully addressed. And I don't know, I kind of feel like they're settling on this, okay, well, we're only gonna be friends thing, and I'm like, I don't know if you should even be friends with this guy. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that was basically it, all my thoughts about that. But yeah, I mean, it's a fun read. You should read it. It definitely deals with homesickness and all these kinds of things like that. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about the things that I have read in August or the arcs that I just talked about, hauling. Oh, sorry, We Own the Night needed to be included in the haul as well. I did buy We Own the Night. It was on Google Play Books. And yeah. Um yes, so what was I saying? Yeah, if you guys have any questions about any of this, let me know. If you want to yeah, just I don't know. I keep forgetting how I'm supposed to end the videos by saying blah blah blah. Tell me in the comments. Tell me whatever you want to tell me in the comments, you guys. Oh, if you are also being affected by Hurricane Irma, I'm really sorry. I will keep you in prayer. And you can definitely comment if you want me to pray for you, like specifically. You can definitely comment and I will. So thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you. I don't know when I will talk to you next, but soon. Oh, I think I'm gonna make another video right after this. So, oops. Okay. Thank you for watching. Bye.